One, I'm live. I don't know how the microphones. I don't know. There's a green zone. Okay, you guys can hear me. That's good. Okay, so it's gonna have a quick little give you guys some information here. Right. So it's been a while since I made any of the things about the narcissist. Continuations because there's so much to read. There's so much to say. There's so much about these people. It's sickening what these people are like. Right. That and plus myself, like I'm a victim of it to the point where it's like I was starting to have hope again, but just no. So the narcissists are very projectile people. Number one, they will turn around and they will tell you that the problem is this, and they try to make it seem your reality is that you're wrong, they're right, and it's you that has that problem, but it's them that are doing what they're saying you're doing. It's insane what they do. Um, they try their hardest to alter reality. Like it's sad how many people get mentally fucked up from these. But anyways, question is, um, okay, before I say the question and the answer here, when you have a chance to get away from a narcissist and you see the red flags, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. No matter how much you think, no, 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 I can change them. No, 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 it's not going to be like that. No, no, trust me. If you know because of red flags, get away from them. The only downside when you're stuck with a narcissist for the rest of your life, and I mean stuck with them, it's because they have your kids. And that's the scariest part, is because when you look into it, a narcissist as a parent, those kids are damaged. They're going to be damaged. It's sad. They're like basically the kids end up getting dangled. Like right now, I can't see my kids. I saw them I think last month for an hour and a half, and then an hour and a half, 3 hours, 3 hours, and then the month before was 3 hours. The month before was an hour and a half. No, wait, 0 hours. The month before was like an hour and a half. The month before, I spent so many days with them until I was told by an older child what's going on, and I snapped. So now all of a sudden I'm not a good parent because I yelled at someone on the phone when there was no kids around, pointing out all the truth. But no, 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 no. It's okay. Stories get made up. Videos will get made to make you look like you do something you don't, and it's like they'll keep it stuck in their head and keep trying to tell you that because you did this, you did this, you did this. Meanwhile, it's like, but that's not what happened. You're trying to convince people this, but there's no winning. There is winning when you're able to provide proof that what is being said is not accurate. But it doesn't matter to them. In their head, they're already right, and they're going to continue saying that, no, this is what happened. Meanwhile, it's like, well, it's funny because I spoke to these people, like, investigators and officers and whatnot. I have emails from these people saying, you're right. There's no signs of abuse. We are sorry for everything here. It's funny how that kind of stuff comes to light, but yet these people are still saying, you did this. Okay. Right. That's the sickness of these kind of people. It's fucking horrible. But anyways, do covert covert narcissists discard you permanently? Covert. Okay, so remember before I went over the several different types of narcissists, right? I'm going to go over this about the permanently thing, just because I was called this last night. I was told I was a covert narcissist, and I'm like, no, that's you. But once again, you cannot convince a narcissist anything. When you start pointing out that they're a narcissist, it's like that vengeful thing comes in. You fucking unmask me again. I'm going to make your life a living hell. That's just their natural instinct. You take off their mask, they're fucking ugly. Like you can't stand looking at these fucking people. They make you sick to your stomach. You hope they fucking drop dead somewhere. It's gross that these people exist. But with that mask on, if you don't know that they're actually wearing a mask, it's like you're so awesome. It's like a hypnotic thing that goes on, right? Seeing through the mask. I should write a book called Seeing Through the Mask. Seeing through the mask and seeing the real person. Can't look at them anymore. You can't, it makes your stomach turn, your blood starts to boil, and it's like you're fucking just so grossed out about everything about this person, right? Common, so common. But It's very rare, and I mean fucking rare, to actually be able to see one of these kind of people. And after you're with them or whatever, to feel the rage or to feel the betrayal or anything, because how they leave you hanging. They don't give you closure. They don't do nothing that's going to make you feel like you were worth anything. And the reason they don't give you closure is because, when they're between supplies, like, their next victims, they're hoping that they get bored or something. They kind of just come back to you. There's no closure. It's just, I don't know. That's why. So it's like, okay. And people look forward to that. So that's why I'm going to talk about this quick thing right here. And that's it. I got other things I got to take care of, dealing with more important things. And the sad thing is, like, this gets taken in the right to some people, like, where if you're talking about narcissists and stuff like that, it's almost like you haven't let go. And with that, it's like they get some kind of like cheap thrill off it. It's like, he's still damaged. I did a good job. It's like their own, just, it's a sickness. Like, what can you do? Now, I'm lucky that I was able to catch this ahead of time and things happen the way they happen, that I have all the support in place, that I have all the knowledge coming to me, all these things. Because I'm a very gifted individual that has always been just, I'm not going to get into it, but I see through so much bullshit, and I'm starting to see things were happening, but I didn't know what a narcissist was. But I was noticing things, and I was seeing things like premonitions of what was going to happen, and it's just, I didn't want to believe it. And that's where the problem is. Like, when you don't want to believe it. No, this can't be happening. And you try harder, right? You try so hard to chase this fucking dragon that is hot and cold, hot and cold. It's just like, when they know that they've beaten you to the point that, no, I'm not taking this anymore. Like, this quick scenario, they leave, they keep fucking treating you like shit. They're yelling at you on the phone and all that, calling you names and everything, just treating you like a garbage. But then the moment that they try calling you to, push you some more, then you ignore them. You ignore them all day. You continue ignoring them. Next thing you know, they're finding a different way to call you, whether it be instead of the phone, they're going to call like your Facebook inbox or something. And then they're like talking nicely and saying, I wanted to come home today. I'm sorry. Like, okay, put your shield down. No, don't do it. Don't put your shield down. That's the worst thing you can do, is giving them a second chance, because then they're like, fucking got him. So anyways, let's talk about what I was going to talk about. Do covert narcissists discard you permanently? You ready for this one? It's going to be a few minutes for me to answer this. Okay. This issue is one of the biggest causes of additional trauma outside of the actual abusive relationship itself. Okay? When a victim of a narcissist abuse learns about what they had experienced, they see a distinct pattern in behaviors that repeats itself time and time again. Okay? Right from the very beginning and during idealization through the devalue before ending for a time at the discard. It's a revelation for victims to not only understand that they had endured, but also that this behavior is an unspoken sickness that has been lurking within some of humanity for a very long time. Unfortunately, the acknowledgement of the abusive cycle that a narcissist persists with will eventually line up with the discard, and the certainty that, as a narcissist behavior is so set in stone, then the hover must also be inevitable. Right? Victims tell themselves that they must prepare for this outcome because it's inevitable. It isn't. Okay. Um, so the so-called preparation to protect themselves should their abuser darken their doorstep again is often a ruse that they won't even admit to themselves. They are hoping their abuser returns because they are still bonded. The hover quickly becomes a measure of worth for the victim. I must have mattered because they hovered me, or if they hover me, it means I matter. The victim still seeks approval and validation from their abuser, which is what ultimately led them to become entangled with a narcissist's personality in the first place. This not only proves that the victim has neither healed their original core wound, nor have they accepted what their abuser truly is, but also that they still have not accepted what narcissism is actually about. A narcissist cares for no one but themselves, and a hover is only to either seek further reassurance of their power over another individual or just to give them something to do because they are bored. Any and all interactions with a narcissist are meaningless and only serve to validate the narcissist in some way. It is never, ever about the people around them. They seek to feel special and omnipotent. Any person they come across is only there to reaffirm this in some way. Try not to waste your time expecting them to return. You're only wasting headspace on someone that has never once thought about you or anyone. They don't think about you. They don't miss you. They don't see your good qualities or your achievements. They only saw how you made them feel. The only time they might think of you, even slightly, is if you enter the field of vision in some way. This could be a mutual friend speaks to them and mentions you, or they see you in the street, but it won't ignite any memories or feelings that you hope for because they just really couldn't give a shit about you. That is a narcissist, right? They are literally self indulged. Anything they do, they're very clever people. They do it with a strategic plan, knowing that they're going to destroy you, knowing that even as they're like trying to get their hooks into you in that whole lovey-dovey stage that you think is love, which isn't, is it's a ruse. It's all fucking fake while they're talking to other people trying to get them the supplies lined up. Like, this doesn't work out. I got this one, or this one, or this one. I want to make all these people make me feel like I'm beautiful or handsome or whatever the case, if it's male or female. I had to deal with a female, so I'm going to say female. A lot of cases it is male. However, in comparison for your narcissist, your male or your female, the females are the more dangerous ones. They're like witches. They I hate to put it like this because it kind of fucking, makes them feel proud. They're more clever in so many ways. They are more um cunning. I think is cunning the word I'm looking for. They're more cunning. So they are more of a problem because you don't see it coming. And so if you ever try to figure out like what the hell happened, like how did the relationship change or whatever, you were nothing since day one. Now, back to what I was saying. With me being how I am, who I am, what I am, if I didn't have kids, it'd be great. I'd feel free. I have kids. I stress out every single day knowing I seen this person unmasked and knowing what this person is really about, knowing what I've learned through my counseling, as well as all these people that have been supportive in trying to get me to understand what has happened. It's common, unfortunately. And what happens when there's a parent that is like that. Yeah, the children end up fucked up. Half the time, the children all end up being narcissists too. Right now, when a narcissist is kind of teaching children to lie and manipulate, it kind of falls in as a, oh shit, you're pretty much creating versions of you so you can actually stand them because you can't stand them. That's fucking toxic shit right there. And the system is so fucking corrupted and wrong. It's not fair. So when you have good people and good parents, parents that would provide and do whatever they need to do for their family, that all of a sudden deal with the narcissist abuse and their lies and manipulations and whatever, then a separation would occur. The narcissist always seems to get the kids. And we try to figure out why there's so many fucked up people in this world. Because the wrong people are getting the children when there's a split, unfortunately. So, anyways, that's just something you guys got to keep in mind. Like, you're never, ever, 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 when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, you're never going to be considered anything because you never were considered anything. And this is a harsh reality. If you're empathic like I am, it fucking hurts. But when you can sit there and really, really, really look at a bigger picture, it's not going to hurt no more. It's going to, you're going to go through a stage of fueling anger. And that's the stage I'm at. Mostly because I see through it and I see how my kid's behavior is. I see that the children that did not act like that when I lived there are now acting like that. I know that this person says, well, because you were never here, you were working all the time. But I still seen it. I seen how my children were in August compared to when I wasn't allowed to see them for a month and a half for no good reason other than I was told that the person is telling my children I don't love them and I don't want to come back. So there's a reason why I'm not allowed to go back. It's not a matter of, you know, something happened that didn't happen. It's a matter of they would look like a clown, but even more so, their lies would not make sense to other people. So the manipulation that has been happening to turn people against me would kind of like be like thrown in their face and make them non-credible. Um, Same thing is for the court. If the person would have shown up at court and done what I was hoping they would do, which was a trial, they would have been proven uncredible, and no one would listen to a fucking thing they had to say anymore. And a narcissist just doesn't want that. No, 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 no. And they'll try to convince you that, well, we were told this and told that. Meanwhile, you know what happened because you lived it. Don't let them alter your reality. Don't let things go to your head. The best thing to do when a narcissist actually talks to you is ignore them, walk away before they even try to say anything to you. You know why? Because listening to their bullshit will probably bring you down and make you fucking trapped. And that's what they want. They want you trapped inside your own fucking mental problem. Me, I couldn't let that happen. I make things happen. I've always made things happen from nothing. And with this little time I don't get to spend with my kids, I do whatever the hell I can to make sure that my kids are set for life. So I work harder. Difference is I'm not working physical stuff like I was, but now I work from home where I could be with my children that are not here because this ain't my home. So even though I had that balance now set up that my kids will get my attention more than what I'm doing, whatever. See, it sucks. It does suck. It sucks for my kids because I love them to death and I can't wait. I can't wait until things start moving faster and the courts get all the evidence I have because I know they're trying to store up evidence too. They record absolutely everything and then they manipulate conversations and videos. They edit things to try to be in their favor. That's fine. When I have a feeling something bad's going to happen from me making a statement or a question, I've been doing the same thing. I turn my screen recorder on so it records everything. The microphone's on, the media's on, and I record. I record when I ask simple questions about when can I see my kids? And then right away, you see them leave the room and stuff like that so they can have an argument with you because they know that you're going to start talking truth. And they can't let the kids hear it. Of course not. They can't let the kids hear that the person they keep asking, when can I go see daddy or grandma, that keeps saying we're working on it, can't hear the fact that that person simply wants to play a game. And there's no reason why those kids cannot come see daddy or grandma. So, you gotta hide. You gotta hide. When you see them start walking away like that, your best bet is just make the best out of your conversations on the phone and make sure your lawyer is being told everything. And if you do what I just did, which is record what's going on, you send it to the lawyer right away as more evidence keeps adding up and adding up and adding up. See, I even yelled at this person yesterday because they went outside away from the children. And I was getting even more irritated where I'm trying to talk to my kids. I tried asking you a simple question and you couldn't fucking answer it. Today, I tried asking I tried asking about, do you think maybe you can work until the things are settled in court if, you know, Saturdays I spend the day with one of my children. Sunday I spend the day with the other children. So there's like a full days of bondage, something to work on until things get settled. And then I'm told, could we please keep your phone calls relevant to the children? What the fuck did I just ask? That wasn't relevant to the children. I'm trying to speak relevant to the children's well-being and the bond between a father and his children that is being neglected, not by the father's choice of neglection, but by the mother's choice of playing a dangling game instead of allowing someone who was always there for his kids, providing for them and spending time with them every chance he had. Concerns need to be addressed. It's funny how concerns about me need to be addressed when concerns about me are made up bullshit, twisted and spoken of. Like, if you were to turn around and tell someone, yo, bro, this, I got a pack of fucking joints right here. It's legal in my country. I can smoke this if I want, right? I'm like, oh, cool, yo, bro, yo, that's awesome. I got a pack of joints right here. What the fuck is this? I know, right? What is that? That's horrible. Manipulation. How you present something to try to get people to feel the same level that you feel when you're presenting it. Done by a true salesperson who's trying to do a pitch to convince you that whatever their product is that they're selling is something that you're going to follow suit and feel how they feel about it. Yeah. You know who kind of people do that? Fake people. Sales, they only care about making those sales. Salesmen type, I've done sales all the time, but I've always made sure the customer is good. Like, look at, don't spend your money on this. Just do this. It's free. Don't have to buy anything. Go ahead and do that. I wasn't a regular salesperson. I had more sales than everyone that I worked with because I did not want to make the money. I wanted to help the customer. Now, when you're trying to help yourself, you're trying to make that money. You're trying to convince that customer, like, hey, you need to buy what I'm saying. You need to buy what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah. You know what? People make the greatest sales people? Narcissist. They got to have control. They got to have full fucking control, because if they don't have that control, guess what? Your life's going to be a living hell. They don't like it when they don't have control. They will manipulate more people around to try to convince everyone to turn against you because you did not let them have control. That's what a narcissist does. So anyways, enjoy yourselves. I got some things to do. I'm dealing with people in China. If you're trying to figure out, like, why am I talking to people in China? Well, for those who don't know, other than this, I have other YouTubes and all that. I'm known as Triple Accessories. Put an X instead of an A for accessories. And what I do is I try to create this whole thing that is so I'm doing a sales right now, right? But you don't have to do anything. I'm trying to create history by making the world's largest superstore that only caters to adult needs. So anything besides actual tobacco, marijuana, or alcohol, but anything that would be found in an adult store, like a head shop or an adult sex shop, whatever, novelty store. I'm trying to carry every product that's available, every brand that's available, and lower brands, white labels, black labels, purple labels, green, blue. I got all the labels that if you want to try to even make your own product, go ahead. The reason I'm speaking of China is because I am now coming out with my own product line. See, that's how successful things have been, being able to focus on this and not letting a narcissist get to me. I'm leaving a legacy for my children. Trust funds are all set up for them and everything, so that when they turn certain ages, they don't have to worry about anything, because we all know that the other parent is not really in it for them. They're in it for themselves, which means they don't work, they don't do nothing. They just kind of hover, or not hover, they do, but they just kind of try to control people around them, because that's what they do. So yeah, they make great parents because they're controlling them to be like them and to their likeness. So with that being said, I got to make sure that since my kids are going to have a fucked up future now, unless, these court systems speed the fuck up, I want to make sure that they have a home. They don't struggle like a lot of us do in real life. So I'm trying to make sure that they're set, that they want to go to university, no problem. College, no problem. Want to go fucking get a house, no problem. Turn 18, complete these things, these steps, it's all yours. There's clauses made up that the money is not to be spent on certain people. A specific person is not allowed to touch or access this in any single way. However, I do have beneficiaries in case anything happens to me, with a will and testament written out in regards to who gets what for each trust and what the beneficiary is allowed to touch for their own usage. So I did that so that just in case someone ends up being in charge, that's because something happens to me, they can't clean out the trust funds, but they can have a little tidbit of what's put away in a third trust fund. See how that works out? That's good, eh? Now, debating on the other two trust funds that are open, just not being contributed to right now, those are for my stepkids. But we'll see what happens when court happens when it comes to that, because they've been getting taught to lie. They've been getting taught to agree with things that mom are saying that aren't true, which is lying. They're getting told not to talk about certain things because that would kind of make mom look a little bit off her rocker or non-credible for what she's saying. So that's more lying. So the more these kids are kind of revealing themselves to be like their mother, narcissist is going to be inevitable, and it happens from a young age. So I don't feel I should be contributing to the well-being of those kind of people. I feel I should be contributing to raising my kids myself so that as they get older, they see right from wrong and they do right. Like I was teaching her children that I looked at as my own children. I would teach them discipline. I would teach them respect. I would teach them how to love properly, share, and care. But no, no, no. No, no, no. In the brainwashing schemes of things, I was yelling at them every single day. Um, but but I wasn't. Oh, he did this, this, and this. But but I didn't. Oh, but no. You're stretching the truth. 7 fights, 7 real fights in a course of 7 years. So guys, think about this for a second. 3 fights in the first 4 years, like arguments, not fights. And then the last year and a half, when I was nothing but nonstop mental abuse from this person, every single argument that was started was from them accusing and nonstop putting me down. Eventually, I just kind of stood up for myself. I got sick of the shit before I snapped. Like before I turned into like fucking a mental case that needed to go. And like, what the fuck is wrong with me? My reality's not real no more. Like I'm being told that this happened, but I'm pretty sure this happened. Like what the fuck? I wouldn't let it get to me. I'm stronger than that. So all the last fights, like she was already trying to replace me with another supply. So it's like, okay. But they deny and they lie until they're fucking dead in the grave. They'll never admit to sneaking people in the house. They'll never admit to anything like that or talking to another person. But they can say they didn't do nothing. A smear campaign is when they block you and talk shit about you. Now, if someone were to go check, like say, whatever, and look, there's nothing here written or shown about you. Oh, yeah? Now look at these collections that are made by some sources. It's funny how those timestamped don't exist anymore. Oh, because when you're unmasking someone and you're explaining to them what they're doing, to point out this is a common trait of a narcissist and they catch wind, they try to cover their tracks because that's what a narcissist does. Like, no, I'm not wearing a mask. What he's talking about isn't true. Oh, okay, well, some people are known for deleting everything. Other people, they don't delete anything. They're like, no, I got nothing to hide. Great, don't hide it. Because that just kind of solidifies the facts of smear campaigning, which is something that only narcissists do. No, I don't sit here. I don't talk shit about her all the time. Never did. Never did. But now that it's pretty much inevitable to get divorced, like I almost felt fucking like I was hoping that, when things got settled, that whatever, hoping. But then one day, I'm trying to talk to my daughter. She pulls the phone off. She goes looking, acting like everything's fine. Oh, this is and this, and I did this, and I did that, and I did that. Pulls me into the kitchen and goes, just so you know, we are never getting back together. And all of a sudden, I was like, what the fuck? Like, fucking trying to upset me on the spot. Like, what are you fucking talking? What the fuck? Who the hell are you? Like, I can't stand fake people. I made songs with her, even saying at the beginning, like, I can't stand fake friends. And she's like, well, you're like, whatever. All the lyrics I wrote were fucking perfect. That suited us. But the sad thing is, some of the things that she's saying, because I wrote everything, some of the things that she'd say in these lyrics, it's like, those are my lyrics, and you can tell, most of those songs were written when she started treating me like shit. So I just sit there and start writing things, writing how I feel, visualizing things that are going to happen, not realizing that they're going to fucking happen, and like writing about it. It's just weird shit. Weird shit. That's how it's always been. Most times when I would write about things, it's because I'm seeing silhouettes and I'm seeing whatever and like visualizing, and then words will pop out and things are getting said in my head, and it's like, hey, so I just start writing. I'm a lyricist, right? So, anyways, you can listen to those songs if you go to my actual video collection of, um, I guess they're uploads, whatever. Yeah, uploads. All of it's free. Or go to Reverb Nation, look up Da Preacher, DA Preacher, and the guy that has like the black and white kind of picture. There's some scripture as well as like a skeleton looking death character. That's me. All the music's free to listen to, free to download. So check it out if you want to. If you don't, I really don't care. Just what I do care about though is people and humanity. If you are seeing any red flags, walk away. It's the best thing you can do, because the longer you stick around, the more damage that's going to be caused. And it's going to be even harder to let go. There are too many people that go through years and years of psychiatry from the damage that these people will cause. So, from someone who learned, thank God I learned and was able to see through the bullshit and not let it get to me, because I got enough spirit in me that all my guides just fucking, no, fuck you. You're not taking this. I am a lucky one, unfortunately. I don't like my situation or anything right now at all. I'm stuck having to deal with this person for the rest of my life due to the fact that we have children. But now, if my lawyers are as good as I think they are, hopefully it's going to be a role reversal, and with full conversations and whatnot, I will be doing something similar to what she's doing, but a lot different. Where, no, you're never taking my kids. You've already caused enough damage. But at the same time, I'm empathic. Even though I know they have no soul, I'm the type of person to be like, yeah, of course you can see them. I don't believe you actually miss them, but I do believe that they need their mother just like they need their father. But no. Keep looking for that one supply that won't touch the children. Because everything I've ever told and said has always been truth. Whenever I said I see something and it happens, and the person's witnessed this so many times, the premonitions I have, they have witnessed this. And they got pissed off when I said, for the one person, you want to touch or you want to fucking touch the kids, and she got pissed off. I said, you think I'm gonna find someone that's gonna fucking touch my kids? I don't think. I'm just relaying what I see. But whatever. I never said which child was going to be touched or how. But the point is, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I will try my hardest, and if I have to ever, like, say, pick up my kids and there's Mr. Next or something like that, because when they're in the love bombing stage, no matter what you say, they're not going to believe you. No matter what kind of warning, they'll be like, oh, it's just a joke, blah, 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 until it happens to them. And then it's like, fuck, I should listen. What the fuck? What the hell was I in? No matter what, done. Right? So, but maybe I'm wrong for once. If there's ever any truth out of her mouth, she said she was into women. So her next person will be a girl. And then why are you talking to so many guys? Weird. But everyone believes her bullshit. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it except for live my life and fucking pray that my lawyers are as good as they are saying they are. And when I say they, I mean the people that wrote reviews, and the fact that my lawyers are the only lawyers I've ever seen write about narcissists X problems that they specialize in taking care of. I can't fucking wait until they set the date. So, take care, everyone. Like, literally. One love. Jano.